Hey guys, this is the second video of the week and it goes over and covers the structure of the Constitution. The Constitution begins with a preamble. The Constitution and the Declaration of Independence both have preambles because they both do the same thing. It's telling you why the document is being written. The preamble to the Constitution also goes into the purposes of government and why we actually need a government. So basically the purposes for government that the Constitution establishes in the preamble is that the government is established to unite the country, establish justice, ensure peace at home, protect us from our enemies, promote the well-being of people, and secure freedom. So this is what our government is set up to do, and this is how the Constitution sets about doing it. The next part of the Constitution is going to be the articles. There are 7 articles to the Constitution. Article 1 covers the legislative branch, which is our branch of government which makes laws. We have our House of Representatives and our Senate. In Article 1, which details the legislative branch, it outlines their lawmaking powers. It tells you the qualifications to be a part of the legislative branch. It describes how members will be selected and chosen, and it details the rules of making laws. Article 2 is going to go on to the next branch of government, and it's going to be the executive branch, which enforces the laws. This is the branch where the president resides, and this is where he acts out. Article 2 explains how our leaders are going to be selected and how they can be removed. It tells us our qualifications for the position, and it lists the powers of the president. Article 4 is going to detail the judicial branch, and the judicial branch interprets the law. In Article 3, it establishes one Supreme Court and lower federal courts. The judicial branch, as outlined in Article 3, is going to tell us how they will interpret the laws. It lists the powers of the federal courts, and it describes the kind of cases in which the federal court will hear. The next article is Article 4. Article 4 basically discusses the relationship that has to exist between the states. It basically details and states that each state must respect the laws of other states. Article 5 is going to discuss how we change the Constitution. The Constitution is a living document, and it must meet the needs of the people no matter what day, no matter what time, no matter what year. So it always has to change. So Article 5 details how the Constitution can change and how we create amendments. Article 6 is going to simply state in detail that the Constitution is the highest law that we must follow. It's the supreme law of the land. No other law is going to go over it, and no other law is more important than the Constitution. Finally, in Article 7, it states that the Constitution will become official when 9 out of 13 states approve it or ratify it. So it goes over why and how the Constitution will become into fruition. The last thing that the Constitution has is the amendments. Now, the Constitution was written with the delegates, and they thought they had everything figured out. But remember, the Anti-Federalists didn't like the way the Constitution was being written because they felt like maybe it was going to take the rights away in which they just fought for, especially from the common people. So they wanted to have something in there to protect everybody in the United States, so they came up with the amendments. The amendments are simply changes that were added on to the Constitution after they finished writing it, and amendments can always take place and always be added. So the amendments that we have to finish out and round out the Constitution are the Bill of Rights, which are the first 10 amendments, and then the remaining amendments, which are amendments 11 through 27. So that's all you have to know about the structure of the Constitution. Pretty simple and straightforward.